Hi y'all, welcome back to another cleaning video. Today I have quite the video for you guys. I have some normal daily maintenance cleaning, I have some deep cleaning, and I have some little projects that I got to today around the house. So if you are in the mood for some cleaning motivation, this is the right place. Let's get into it. First things first, we are starting in the living room, and I'm just kind of starting with a normal wipe down and a dusting of all of the surfaces in here. We have bookshelves, a TV stand, a corner table, and a coffee table. And I also off camera wipe down our little sofa table that's kind of in like a little reading nook off to the side, and just wiping that down with the Method multi-purpose antibacterial cleaner. This is a great multi-purpose cleaner that also kind of disinfects as you go, which is always helpful if you have little kids and pets like me. I feel like they just bring in all the germs humanly possible, and just a good old-fashioned dusting can never go wrong. And of course, every single surface in my house that is at kid level has kid fingerprints on it, so I find myself wiping things down all the time. Then I'm going to scoot that coffee table right out of the way. And of course, there's a bunch of treasures underneath it. And we are going to be moving this couch to a deep clean. I also want to put some extra curtains up over here. I just felt like the 4 curtains was not enough. I wanted it to be a little bit more full so that didn't have to. I was basically having to put the curtains like exactly the right way for it to not have light creeping through, which of course is so annoying. This is a huge window. So I got 2 more of the same exact curtain off of Amazon, and I needed to put that up. Of course, we needed to deep clean underneath and behind this couch. And I was having a bit of an issue with this couch moving. So I wanted to add sticky feet to the feet of the couch so that when we sit down and when the kids jump on the couch and things like that, it's not scooting along the floor and scratching it. So we have quite a little task to do in this living room. So here I am just kind of loosening up the rod here for the curtains and adding those 2 curtain panels right back on. I absolutely love these. These are just a simple blackout curtain that I got off of Amazon. I've had these forever. I just had to order more of the same color for our new house because in our old house, we only needed 8 curtains total. And in this house, I believe we have 10 between this huge window and the other window off to the side that you can't see right now by the little reading nook. So they are great. They come in like a million colors, so you can really find anything that you could possibly need. And they are perfect blackout curtains, and they also keep the heat out, which was really important in our last house because the sun in the afternoon came right in the window, and the window that's off to the side off of camera, at the end of the day, the sun comes beaming in that window. So it's very important that I have some good blackout curtains that also keep out the heat. Otherwise, the living room gets very hot. So I just vac mopped behind the couch, and now I'm putting these sticky feet on the feet of the couch. This is actually sticky corners for a rug, and they're kind of like double-sided tape basically, but super strong and the kind of like these big triangle shapes. And I stuck those right to the feet of the couch, and they worked like a charm. Again, I'm pretty sure I got those off of Amazon, so I can link those down below as well. I am coming back to the living room in a minute to finish off the floors and put everything back where it belongs, but I wanted to kind of just do all of the floors at one time. So I moved on to the bathroom here because we are going to be adding a little bit of color in here. I think eventually we are going to paint in here, but it is not high on the top of the list. And I was just over the blandness of this whole situation with the white curtain. Of course, I kept the white shower curtain, if the other one's in the wash or whatever, it doesn't look horrible, but I just saw this shower curtain and I just really wanted it. And I wanted to add a little bit of color. This is from Target and I think it's gorgeous. Of course, I'm also just a total sucker for florals. So it got me. I love florals, couldn't help it. While I was there, I also re-upped on a lot of my kids' bubble bath stuff. I am a fun bath type of mom. My kids absolutely love to be in water of any kind, bath, swimming pool, anything. But of course, we live in Wyoming. It's very cold throughout the year. So half of the year, baths are as close as they are getting to going swimming. And they love to be in water. They easily take like hour-long baths just sitting in there, playing with toys, playing with the water, playing with all the fun doodads that I get them. I'm a fun bath type of mom. I know that is like you're either in one of two camps. You're like the fun bath that takes forever type of mom, or you are like the quick in and out, wash, get out type of mom. And I am, like I said, the fun bath mom. So I get a ton of the Mr. Bubble stuff. I love all of their stuff. They have like magic potions. They have spray can foam soap that comes out like whipped cream and shaving cream. Really, really fun. Standard bubble bath stuff, bath colors, and I got a bunch of bath bombs. I got some Mr. Bubble bath bombs, some bluey ones, some crayon ones. Those are all from Walmart. And then I also ordered the 20 pack that you saw a little bit earlier from Amazon of like the natural bath bombs. And you would think like that is a ton of bath bombs in that basket. I really thought it was going to be like overflowing and look super aesthetic, but the bath bombs are so small that it barely even filled it up halfway. I thought that was actually kind of hilarious. I was kind of picturing more like the Lush kind of size of bath bombs. If you got 20 bath bombs from Lush, you would be like overflowing this whole counter because they're huge. But I guess the standard size isn't that big. So not so overflowing and aesthetic as I thought, but nevertheless, they are serving their purpose, and that is fine. I'm not sure I showed it on camera, but I did get some new matching rugs at Target. I got two of the same bath mat type of, bathroom rug that really color coordinate with that shower curtain at Target, and then put those on the floor. And then I got these two soap dispensers from Amazon. They're just like a matching ball glass, what is that called, like a glass mason jar with a soap top. One is going to go in the bathroom here and the other one is going to go in the kitchen, because this whole time that we've lived here I have not put a hand soap dispenser in the kitchen. And speaking of the kitchen, we are quickly moving on. I completely forgot to record myself. I don't know where my mind was. I moved right out of that bathroom onto the kitchen without even taking my camera with me. All that you missed though was just clearing off part of the counter and wiping it down. And I sprayed the stovetop with Dawn spray dish soap just to get that kind of working, let that cleaner do the work for me. And then while that was sitting, I am now cleaning out the fridge. So I'm just taking out any rotten food or anything. This got very, very neglected in the last week to 10 days because the kids and I all got sick at the same time. We all got this crazy bug. And then literally the day that the kids went back to school, I'm not even joking, you guys, I sneezed and I threw my back out. And I had to go, like I could not do anything for the rest of the day until I could get myself a deep tissue massage at the end of the day. It was like the last appointment that I could find. Took it, solved all my problems. But yeah, I've never felt older like sneezing and throwing my back out. That was insane. So of course I was not doing very much eating or cooking while I was sick. So yeah, the fridge definitely got neglected a little bit. So that fridge needed to be cleaned out, wiped down. I just used the antibacterial multi-surface cleaner in there to really disinfect and get rid of any nasty smells. And then of course I'm going to load up the dishwasher. Luckily my husband is amazing and he had been keeping up with stuff like the dishes and laundry, so I'm not really backed up. So I actually just loaded up that dishwasher with whatever few dishes were in the sink and then all the dirty dishes that I got out of the fridge, and we are good to go there. I just had a couple of things I needed to hand wash because they can't fit or would get ruined in the dishwasher. And there you go. I'm just going to scrub out the dishwasher. Or the sink actually. I'm going to scrub this out. I always use Dawn antibacterial dish soap. You guys know I love to disinfect when I can. If you're already going to be washing the dishes, I feel like I might as well use antibacterial soap and kind of disinfect things. Plus, added benefit, the antibacterial Dawn is green apple scented, which is my favorite scent of all time. So love that for me. Just going to scrub this baby out and rinse it down with hot water and then move on to wiping down the rest of the counters. I'm also going to wipe down the bench seat and the dining room table and chair in here as well. Now, you're going to see in just a second, we've been having some rainy weather, and I kind of use the bench to our dining room table to block off the dining room area because the back door to our backyard is right here. And we have two big old dogs that love to go outside and roll around in the mud. Yes, they've been enjoying this muddy, gross weather. And as you can see, they track in a ton of mud. It also doesn't help that right now our house doesn't have grass. It was a fully redone fence in the backyard when we moved in, and apparently that destroyed all of the grass, and it's been too cold to plant anything or put down seeds or anything. So yes, it is driving me nuts that my whole backyard is dirt. Yeah. It is still raining though, so I am just going to quickly go over the floor. You could probably see there's dirt on the legs of the table, on the walls from the dogs, but it is still raining. It is still bad weather. So I am just going to do a little keep up with the floor here, and I will do a deep clean when the weather clears up and it's nice and sunny and I don't have crazy mud coming in every single day. So once I do the dining room area, I just put that bench right back to block off that area, and I move on to the rest of the floors. I do the kitchen, I move all the way over to this little reading nook here, and then I accidentally go off of camera to do the living room and all the other floors. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to do the floors all in one foul swoop with my vac mop and get it all done. And of course, I'm still in love with this thing. Oh, and if anybody's worried, don't worry. I don't leave my dogs over here in this corner all day. I just bring them in and have them stay in this little corner for like 30 minutes until they're dry. And then I let them out so that they don't track wet, gross mud and wet dog hair all over the house. So, yes, they are not neglected when it rains. They are just quarantined for a little bit before they track mud everywhere. Just trying to save myself a tiny bit over here. Once those floors were fully vac mopped, I was moving on to the playroom, which is an absolute disaster. This is our other little project that we got done because we finally, third time's the charm, we got a couch and a oversized chair delivered finally that could fit down the stairs to go to the playroom. Yay! If you have not been following along, and maybe if you don't follow me on TikTok, if you want like more daily updates and daily routines, I post every day on TikTok. But if you haven't seen those, we have tried, like I said, 3 times to get some furniture into this playroom, but we have an older house. It was originally built in the 1950s. So the hallways and the doorways and the staircase are all really narrow. So it has been a task to find furniture that is comfortable, that we like, that can actually fit down the stairs. And we finally did it. So now it is time to go through these toys. I did a humongous clean out when we moved, and I feel like I got rid of like half of my kids' toys. And right now I'm about to cut it in half again because it is just too much. It is too much to clean up, and it's not even fun for them to be in this playroom because, as you can see, they dump out like multiple boxes at a time. And this playroom is about a third of the size of our old playroom in our last house. So it gets chaotic so fast. They have too many toys. So yeah, I maybe didn't cut it in half, but pretty close. I probably got rid of another like 40%. And of that, I think half of it I put into our storage room here so they can play with it later and I can do a toy rotation. And the other half I donated. Trust me, guys, every time I say we're getting rid of clothes or getting rid of toys, I am not throwing stuff away. I am always donating it. So nobody worry here. So as you're going to see here, as I get towards the end, I did have to time lapse this. This was probably like an hour, maybe a little bit longer, closer to like an hour and a half of me going through the toys, organizing these boxes, like putting like toys with themselves, like all the wooden blocks are in one of the organization boxes, all the stuffed animals are together, etc., etc. And I have a missing box. I used to have 12 of these matching animal cube storage boxes, and for some reason it's just gone. So you'll actually, maybe it's kind of quick because this is a time lapse, but I actually just sat down on the floor and ordered one off of Amazon. You can get these from Amazon or the storage company. So I just nabbed one cute little lion one right off of Amazon to get delivered the next day and continued on. And even with that, I honestly just got it so that I would have the even 12 and it wouldn't look awkward with a missing square. But I think 3 or 4 of these little box unit storage things are actually empty because I was being brutal. I was getting rid of stuff and putting stuff in storage, and I can just do a toy rotation. And then on the very top of this cube storage, this is the Kallax from IKEA. I just have a couple of like bigger things that my kids absolutely love to play with, but don't need to just go in a random box. I just have them sitting at the top here. And then I'm going to run the vacuum and move this little oversized chair over to the side of this. And I thought this turned out so cute. And I have the little baskets. I have woven baskets here that are full of stuffed animals. I thought it turned out adorable. So this is the after of everything, and I give you a little bit of a better shot of the playroom at the end too, so you can see like all of the furniture that we got. And I'm just loving how everything looks. I love when I can get some cleaning done and some projects like this done. That is the new little lounger couch with our old coffee tables on each side of it. I just think it looks absolutely adorable. And we're probably going to move these shelves from that wall to above the couch, get a TV, paint, all the good things. You know, if you know, you know, it's a process. But thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for today's video. If you are still cleaning along with me, I have a ton of other videos right here on the screen and always linked down below, as well as my Instagram, my TikTok, and my other YouTube channel if you want to follow me everywhere. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.